Hello, my friends. Welcome back to the ThePCelitist. No, it's the ThePCelitist. But we were listening to the NPR.
What's your name?
My name is Woodsie.
My name is Shepherd.
If you're coming to this channel, you already know who I am. You just need to introduce you.
Carry on, sir.
Anyway, we were listening to what our last subject was about the NPR article about the death of desktops. We were kind of talking about the evolution of industry of video games in various ways. And for some reason, the subject of arcades came up. And we were talking about, like, what are arcades doing? Do people make money off arcades still?
They're still around. It can't be a growth model for the future in terms of business model, but they persist. And one of the things that really struck me was mainly the first thought I had was the size of an arcade game. It's huge. It's like a vending machine.
Right.
If you think about the hardware today that is required to play these games, you could open up that box, and it really would be hardware the size of a router. You know, that's all you would need to power this stuff. So I was just thinking, like, arcades, there's that novelty to the game box you're standing in front of. They're certainly, as we said, not very popular anymore, but there are some arcades that, like Dave & Buster's, is a restaurant, but it's really thriving because it has the arcade aspect. Because you put a bunch of liquor into people and then watch them play San Francisco Rush.
Right.
You know?
Which is why they need to be big. So
Exactly.
Those drunk people don't push them over and break them.
Exactly. But we were kind of talking about arcades, and we were thinking about what is the future of arcades as time progresses and Kinect, virtual reality we're creeping ever closer to it actually being a mainstream version of entertainment, mode of entertainment, and Woods and I were just kind of spitballing as to what an arcade of the future would look like, and what we came up with was, I'll let you say it.
Well, I mean, yeah, I was like, well, where can you go? And the reality is you don't need a specific box per game anymore, that you could just have one mainframe in the back that runs a bunch of different consoles out in the front. Little pods that do whatever game you want it to do.
Yeah, the pods can all look the same. You just go in and select which game you want to play, and then you would just have to, and this wouldn't be hard, but you just select the appropriate control mechanism.
Right.
Be it the little orange gun.
Yeah.
Or it's like a steering wheel or a little skateboard. Or
remember Time Cop and it actually had the slide that would slide back and forth?
Yeah, and you got to shoot off screen to reload.
Yeah.
Come on. But yeah, I mean, theoretically, you could go to a place that had 20, 30 of these pods, and we kind of took this a little further, which I think expands the opportunities, immensely. So let's say you have 20 different games, or even 10 different games, and people are in these pods playing XYZ game, whatever. Great, wonderful. What if, however, it turned into a virtual reality LAN party?
Right.
So you have something like VirtuCop. You just basically a cops versus robbers Counter-Strike-esque type shooter in a virtual reality mode, or even a stealth action kind of game. But you have 16 people in these pods playing multiplayer with each other in a virtual reality setting. I wonder, first of all, how expensive that would be. But with VM being such a huge aspect now, all across IT, with virtual machines, you could really just have a couple physical server boxes in the back running all of this stuff.
Right.
And I just wonder, is there a market for that? And again, like with so many of our brilliant ideas, we know we're not the only ones or the first ones to think of them.
I can't believe that this isn't being
tried somewhere.
Well, that's the thing. That's kind of where the discussion went.
Yeah.
Is there any money in it to develop this kind of stuff? I want to say that there isn't.
Research before we throw out ideas. By the way, so don't say, "Oh, I'm in Kentucky and this is on every street corner." You guys need to read.
In Japan, it's all over.
To which I would reply, "Hey, Kentucky, bring up your literacy rate, and I will read. I'll join you." Notice I didn't say Kansas because we love Rapid Fire Reaper too.
That's right. We can't
literacy.
He doesn't exactly have hometown pride, though.
No, he doesn't. He hates it. Anyway, carry on.
Anyway, that was just an idea that I wonder if there was any, because I think I have a lot of nostalgia going to the arcade.
Definitely. House of the Dead 2.
That's right.
Own that game.
Exactly. Yeah, I wonder if there is any developments in arcade. I haven't seen it, but and I don't know if there's that much money in it, considering how much you could do at home.
Yeah. certainly.
You know,
But
there should be some story on CNN. Arcades taking out the tablet market.
yeah, right. But think about it, though. Let's say you're a casual social mobile gamer, or even a console gamer, but you want to have this VR experience, like even a PC gamer, that you don't really get virtual reality in your games. This would be a completely unique element of entertainment. Virtual reality, it's for a couple decades now. We've been talking about how it's the next big thing.
Right.
Like we're heading into VR, and like if you Back to the Future would have you believe that
it's around the corner.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's what Xbox is trying to do. They're trying to make this next system. Supposedly, that's the whole thing about it, is that it's gonna make your living room into a virtual reality box.
And you just better hope that while you're in a critical FPS mission that your dog doesn't run across the living room. Oh, the humanity.
Well, I mean, it's just the options are so high for developers to make a virtual reality thing at home. I don't know. I'm always surprised when I go to an arcade and there's an arcade there when I walk in and see an arcade machine.
Yeah.
And second, when I see an arcade game that I've never seen before.
Yeah.
They're still making these?
Yeah. Well, I wonder if it would be kind of like, like laser tag pricing models is a per game thing. Bowling is a per game thing. I don't know if it would be a per game pricing model. Maybe you buy a time block. You go with your friends and you guys buy that 2 or 3 pods for an hour and they charge you some rate.
Right.
It's getting much cheaper and cheaper to have your own infrastructure virtualized, even if it's provided via the cloud. I mean, that we would have to incorporate hyperfast internet.
What about the pods have various different kinds of apparatus, like a gun or whatever physical thing you use in a virtual reality game, like boxing gloves, or it's just got multiple outputs, right? And then we know how popular open source is. Like, you open source, like anyone who wants to develop something for these things, have at it. It'll be like just...
And you pay the people who are hosting it some kind of fee to market your game. Like, basically, you get free beta testers.
Right.
In a sense. Well, you have to pay to put it there, but then you just have people come in and play, and they try out your game for you. And you get feedback right there.
I mean, they have a developer kit in their office and wherever. You download their game, their program, like, oh yeah, we're trying this new virtual game. So, like, basically in your arcade that has all the pods, you have thousands of options because game developers are just making stuff for you.
I mean, I think that could be interesting, but I think the pricing model is a big aspect. But really, if it provides a mode of entertainment that cannot really be found anywhere else,
right?
This is capitalism, baby. Try it.
But can it?
Can it? Will it?
Is that just too close to the living room?
Do I trust Jim? No. Should I trust Jim? You tell me. Anyway, not quite PC gaming, but gaming nonetheless. We want to know your thoughts, especially if you have any arcades in your town, wherever you may be. And we know we have subscribers in almost more than 50 countries now.
Yeah. When's the last time you played an arcade? That's the question I want to know.
Yeah, please tell us.
This whole discussion is based on that. When's the last time you put a quarter in a machine?
Exactly. Last time you did that, or favorite arcade games of all time, or that somewhere, in some mall, somewhere, your 3 initials are still in the top 5 scores that machine has ever seen.
And go watch The King of Kong.
Yes. Oh, please go watch The King of Kong.
It's so good.
And if you know what that is, thumbs up this video. If you don't know what it is, go watch it and thumbs up this video.
Right.
So we give you a lot of homework, more so now than ever. But trust me, it's all worth it. There will be gold stickers.
There will. Gold stickers. My name is Woodsie.
My name is Shepherd. This is the PC Elitist signing out.